Vietnam's Central Highlands, a village lost among the mountains, covered in mist, Chung Tam. This place was not just earth in the past. This was the sacred home where our ancestors breathed, where we lived with the permission of the spirits. Years ago, hundreds of people lived here. Today, only the sound of the wind, decaying wooden doors, and the silence imprinted on the walls remain. Background story and betrayal. In the early 2000s, the Vietnamese government decided to establish a new settlement area in the Mang Rê commune. The purpose was simple, to protect the people living in the mountain villages from the risk of landslides and floods. Thus, the Chung Tam resettlement area was born. The state built houses, roads were opened, electricity was brought. More than 100 families moved here. 64-year-old and others were delighted. Everything seemed like the beginning of a modern life. What they did not know was that the new settlement area was previously forest land. To uproot the places where the spirits slept and lay modern concrete without the ancestors' approval. This was an insult to the spirits of the earth. The rejection of traditional wisdom sowed the seeds. The beginning of the curse and first victims. But soon after, strange things began to happen. First, Ram's two brothers died, without being sick, without any reason. Then two more relatives. Then others too. Young people, the elderly, perfectly healthy people. It was as if an invisible hand was silencing the village one by one. 50 people in 9 years. This was not an accident. The villagers believed the deaths were not coincidental. They believed the spirits of the old lands had been disturbed. This area was one not deemed suitable for settlement in ancient times, an area without the spirits' permission. The spirits were rejecting the new home. Folk rumors and the appearance of the modern curse. The elders whispered in fear. Ram heard wailing and children crying with the wind from the banyan tree at night. The issue was no longer just the curse. A modern poison had also entered the village. The government had paid a large amount of cash to the villagers under the pretext of road widening. This money was like a gift from the cursed land. Unexpected wealth led to alcoholism in this community that did not know traditional saving. Health deteriorated, immunity collapsed. Authorities attributed the deaths to alcohol. The villagers, however, believed the spirits were punishing people by driving them to alcohol. Cause and effect were intertwined. Panic grew in the village. People started abandoning their homes. Some fled without even gathering their belongings. Even today, dinnerware sits on the tables in those houses, as if time suddenly stopped. Because the spirits might still be looking for someone to eat that meal. Those who remain and strings of death. When journalists and researchers came to the village, only a few elderly people remained. 65-year-old village elder Adoi was one of them. He referred to the region's name as strings of death. The reason for this name was the tradition of binding the bodies of the deceased to each other with thin strings during funerals. It was believed that the spirits would thus go together without separating. But some believe that these strings are the symbol of the curse that keeps death in the village, trapping the spirits in this land. These concrete houses, now only used as a storm shelter, are the prison of the spirits. Today, in the silence and forward view. Today, Chung Tam is still abandoned. The villagers return to the village of their ancestors, which is at risk of landslides. The deaths there only take the elderly, meaning natural deaths. Authorities plan to reclaim the land and hand it over to an agricultural cooperative. Modern logic believes the problem has been solved, but the traditional mind knows that spirits do not forget. Half of the houses are collapsing, some are covered with moss. Inside are flour-like dust, cracked ceilings. And sometimes, just sometimes, a faint light flickers from the window of a house at night. But no one is there. Closing sentence and final word. The local people still do not approach this place. Even whispering the name of this village among the mountains of Ngoc Tam is considered bad luck. Because the story of Chung Tam is this: if you betray the land of your ancestors, neither a modern house nor a large sum of money can protect you from the justice of the spirits. Chung Tam village. Sometimes the dead are not silent. They're just waiting for the one who knows how to listen. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe to join me on this journey. Let's enrich the conversation with your comments. Your feedback is truly valuable to me.